Hi, everybody. So this is my review for the Basketball Wives episode that did last night. And this is an unpopular opinion because it needs to be given and it needs to be said. I don't expect some of you to appreciate my opinion on this because you might not like my take on it, but I'm gonna explain why I'm taking the stance that I take. So let's get into it. So we get into they're moving forward with what happened between Brandy and Chantel, where Brandy's basically telling Chantel to stay in a child's place. I 100% agree with Brandy because I think that VH1 and Shawnee was being very messy to have added Chantel to be on this franchise and this to bring Jackie's daughter, knowing that the past and what has been said in the past with Laura Govan when she was there, um the whole issue with Jackie and her daughters and how they've had a rocky relationship. It was messy for them to bring Chantel on the show and for Chantel to even agree to be on this. We saw Real Housewives and how they did it on their end. Real Housewives chose to create a separate franchise with the kids. You know, if you go and you can see Candy's children, daughter is there. Kim Zolciak's daughters are there. What's her name from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Her son is there. Meredith's son is there. They created a separate franchise to include the children so the children can speak, and they're in the group of adults that are relatively the same age. You brought Chantel into this franchise knowing that she is significantly younger than the group of women that she's around. And Chantel's attitude has always been from the very beginning. It seems like she questions everything that Jackie does. If Jackie's being messy, which is what the show needs, she'll be like, why was this necessary? Why do you need to do this? Because she's on a reality TV show. She has to give the audience what they're looking for. I believe wholeheartedly that Chantel's own motive in this entire, her reason for even being on here, in addition to making money, she's going to capitalize on society knowing or feeling like Jackie may have been a bad mother once upon a time, and she's going to amplify that opinion, and she's going to go out of her way to make her mother look like trash, and that's the reason why she's here. And Jackie is gradually tapering herself and try to control herself than having to deal with Chantel's behavior. So I'm going to get into how everything kind of breaks down between the whole argument, pathetic little argument that Chantel inserted herself in to try to tell Brandy that Brandy has an issue with her and Brandy's been checking her, nonsense that she kind of piggybacked off of what was going on between Shawnee and Brandy and what was going on between Brandy and what's her name's girlfriend. I don't know if her name is Ming or whatever. I don't know her name. I don't remember it. But the other basketball wise girlfriend or situationship type deal. But before I get into it, I want to let you guys know that I do hustle on the side because YouTube does not pay me. I'm doing this off of just the fact that I love y'all. And because I know that you guys want to communicate and talk about the show, and you guys want to have an open forum to express yourself. But on the side, what I do is I am a day trader, not the scamming version that Jennifer's husband allegedly does, Christian. I actually do day trading on the side. And because I want to share my thoughts and I want to share what I learned and share how I make my money because it's a legitimate way to make money, I urge you to go on Amazon or on PayHip and to activate the link in the description box below to go and check out this book, How to Day Trade with Just $100 on Amazon. If you want to download it instantly to have it accessible to you so you can get the juice, go on PayHip. It works. I make money. I'm earning. This is what I'm doing on the side. It's just 2 hours in the morning and it's able to at least pay my daughter's daycare fees. Okay. Is what you do if you want to look at a side hustle, and it's very doable, very startable. Learn. I broke everything down. You have to be slow to not be able to understand the way that I did. I taught you everything. I taught you where you need to go, how you need to get it done. It works. And I don't feed y'all crap. It works. Go do it. Don't be dumb. Make that money in this economy. Now, what I will say as I move on to Basketball Wives is that we kind of start off this scene where the entire episode is going to be hinged on this drama, this made up drama between Brandy and Chantel. And if it's not a drama between Brandy and Chantel, they're going to now pick on the drama between Evelyn and Jennifer. So we get to Chantel's anger because Brandy told her to stay in the place of a child. And you know that these group is messy. And you know that they know that Jackie and her daughter may have kind of like a troublesome relationship. So they're going ahead and amplifying the drama, talking about if that was my child, I would have stepped up for her. I wouldn't have let Brandy talk to her like that. I don't understand why you would do that, because she is now in this environment. This is Basketball Wives. This is a reality TV show. She's choosing to be part of this type of group, which means that she should be able to catch heat along with the rest of the females here without complaining. She should be able to be talked to like everybody else. You can't claim to be an adult and then when it's convenient for you saying, my mom should have stepped in and helped me. No, y'all are two grown women. And if you're offended by her telling you to stay in a child's place, you have to be able to defend yourself like an adult. You shouldn't be calling mommy to come help you. Moreover, she already asked Jackie to stay out. She told Jackie that she grows, she can handle herself with these women. But now she's kind of flipping the switch here, and she's piggybacking off it. And what everybody is saying is, that's your child. You should defend her. If that was my daughter and that was my child, I would step in. Brandy issued an apology to Jackie for how she spoke to her daughter, because that was being respectful and because Jackie is her senior. She's respecting her elders. Does she owe Chantel an apology? I don't know if I agree that she owes Chantel an apology, because I think Chantel should have just not inserted herself the way that she did. Chantel has a very slick mouth. She has a very smart mouth. And while Brandy told her to stay in a child's place, if y'all watched the episode, there was a scene where Chantel actually called Brandy out of her name and called her a bitch. And Jackie's telling her, you don't need to talk to this woman like that because she ain't even call you out your name. She just told you to stay in a child's place. And Chantel is like, you don't think she's being a bitch? Chantel has a very smart mouth. And the way that Chantel speaks to her own mother is not respectful. It's highly disrespectful, the way that she operates. Now, I get that she doesn't respect Jackie as a mom, but if you're expecting somebody to respect you, you have to give respect to get it in return. That's just what it is. And the Bible says you got to honor your mother and your father, that your days be long, not because they were perfect, not because they did anything in the best, because they're just the parents that you had, and for your own blessings, for your own advancement in life. Whatever punishment that Jackie is supposed to get for her behavior as a mother, she'll get it based on karma. It's not your job to go and try to, be the one to issue punishment. Okay. Number two, when we move on to the scene, it seems like they separated the group. They had one group that's all for Chantel, and Britney's all for, she's your mom, and you got the girlfriends. I keep forgetting this girl's name, Mimi's ex. I keep forgetting the basketball player's name. I'm just blanking. And they're over there basically involving themselves in this drama that is not, it's just petty between Brandy and Chantel. By the end of the show, they get to this, they come together, and they're there because they're expecting Brandy to publicly apologize to Chantel. Brandy's stating that, I don't want to talk to her in front of this group. I want to talk to her privately. And that is a smart move for Brandy to do, because she sees how these women are. And these women, no matter if she says sorry or not, will find a way to amplify it or make it even worse. They've been picking on her the entire time, saying that she did a horrible job with Evelyn's birthday party by inviting Jennifer. Jennifer is part of this group, whether you like it or not. And this is Basketball Wives, where they're supposed to all be together. Evelyn cannot do what she does, which is to bully people off the show and ostracize them like they did with Malaysia, like they try to do with Tammy, like they did with OG. It's a bullying type tactic. So wherever the hell you go, you should be able to stomach Jennifer's appearance, even if it's for her own birthday. That's just what it is. You don't have to talk to her, but this is a show. The show must go on. Jennifer cannot be excluded on it. Just doesn't work. She's still being paid. She got to be there. So before Jennifer shows up, Brandy lets Chantel know that she will talk to her privately. Chantel is like, the apology needs to be, in public, because the disrespect was in public. You're on camera. The apology doesn't need to be in front of these girls. You're on camera, so it's definitely public. We all got this. It's worldwide. This is a recorded television show. She got to do it in front of everybody. You're being extra. It's not that deep. She told you to stay in a child's place. You're 31 years old. I'm 35 years old, halfway to 36. Okay, I still look great, by the way. But the behavior that Chantel does is like a brat that needs attention, that's starving for attention, that's a spoiled. That's what I'm getting from her attitude and her behavior. Now, the issue they're having is that Jackie didn't step up for her. Jackie didn't stand in for her, but what's Jackie supposed to do when Brandy already apologized to her for her part in disrespecting her daughter? The next thing she needs to do is have you two communicate. Jackie handled that situation responsibly. She handled it respectfully. Everything else other people were doing is based on their opinion of wanting to see a fight, wanting to see an argument, wanting to see the drama unfold. That's all it is. That's all it is. Then what's her name opens her mouth now that she's now with her girlfriend, They're not on good terms. Tells Brandy, don't you think you want to apologize to her? Brandy said, I will talk to her in private. You're not about to bully me here. I will talk to her in private because it's nobody's business but me, she and I. And Shawnee goes, okay, so we're just not going to get that. Shawnee's messy. She's messy for a preacher's wife. She's very, very messy. I don't like her character when it comes on Basketball Wives. Her character is not good. It just doesn't look good on the show. Whenever she's on, it seems like she feeds off of Evelyn's negativity. She just does. Then we get to this scene where Chantel gets up because she's still pissed off that her mother did not throw a fit because Brandy told her to stay in a child's place. She gets up and her and Britney go off to the side of the bar and they're talking. And Britney does what I don't think is ladylike or good for those in the Islamic religion. She inserts herself in Jackie and her daughter's drama because of her own personal issues. Your issues that Britney has needs to be discussed with her own therapist. It does not need to be discussed because you're pissed off about you're having some kind of PTSD from what you're seeing between Jackie and her daughter. It's still none of your business, Britney. She stands there, runs her mouth, disrespects Jackie because you're talking bad about somebody's mom to their child. And Chantel isn't saying nothing. Chantel is like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what I've gone through my whole life and all this other stuff. Why are you discussing it with somebody that doesn't mean your mother well? Shouldn't this be something that you and your mother discuss in a private setting on therapy, not to come on Basketball Wives and iron out your issues? You're on a reality TV show. You need to know where you're at. But you're sitting there and Britney is expressing herself. Britney gets herself all riled up, even more than Chantel, the person who was allegedly insulted. Then she gets back and she goes to sit down with the group and she has an attitude. Before she sits down, Jackie had already expressed that she's very happy to see that Chantel has somebody having her back the way that she would want her to have her back, that she's glad that somebody's protecting her daughter. I don't know if it was sarcasm or if she really meant it, but to me, Britney was doing too much. She was doing absolutely too much. But she came back and she decided to now air out how she felt. And she, Chantel sits in between Britney and her mom. And my only thought process is if Britney got so riled up to the extent that she physically put her hand on Jackie, what would you do, Chantel? Would you sit there and let somebody put their hands on your mom because you're having a little pissy fit or whatever fit you're having because your mother didn't defend you the way that you feel that she should have? Is it worth you going this far and doing it in front of everybody and airing out your family laundry to this extent? But Britney and Jackie start going at it. They're arguing now. They're having an issue. And Britney gets up and she's really, she asks, before she gets up, she asked Jackie what Jackie was drinking. She wanted to insinuate that Jackie was drunk, which you don't do. That's disrespectful, right? So Jackie tells her, well, I've been drinking water. What have you been drinking? You're a Muslim. And if you know that, she basically, what have you been doing? She said she talks about her hijab. And Brittany's like, why are you bringing up my hijab? The hijab is a sign of the religion you practice. And Islamic religion, they don't drink alcohol. So why are you drinking alcohol, Brittany? Is that what you were drinking? That is why Jackie said that. It seemed to have triggered Britney to the extent that it makes me feel like she's drinking alcohol. I don't know for sure, but it looked like as mad as she got that she was drinking alcohol, which means you're breaking the rules while you're wearing this hijab. So Jackie got her good. She got up, got pissed. And she now got all riled up, rah-rah, like Jackie won't lay her ass out. Jackie can beat this girl up in her 60s. I don't know why you're even doing this. Jackie and Tammy and Brooke and Malaysia and Laura are the ones that I hold as real fighters. Evelyn, I don't know. People think she's scared she can fight. No, she can't. I haven't seen Shawnee fight. Brandy, I know, can hold her own. Jennifer, we know, can't fight. So, but Jackie can fight and she can definitely beat your butt for real, for real, for real. But Brittany does this whole scene where she gets angry and she's screaming about something that really had nothing to do with her in the first place. And she's madder than the people that are involved. And while this is happening, you see Chantel kind of like instigating even more. You're getting mad at her when she's the one that defended me and this bitch over here just disrespected me? Are you crazy? What's happening right now? What's like happening right now? And I heard Jackie several times in the show when she said, I know my daughter. I know my daughter. Y'all need to listen to what Jackie is saying. Jackie is not unintelligent. She's saying that she knows how Chantel is. Chantel, whether she likes it or not, did inherit some of Jackie's bad traits. Jackie can be messy. Jackie can instigate, and Jackie can be highly manipulative. Chantel is highly manipulative. Mark my words, I don't care. That's an unpopular opinion. Chantel is highly manipulative because she has spent the entire episodes that she's been on here, everything Jackie has done. She has questioned almost everything Jackie does, everything Jackie says, because she wants to portray Jackie a certain way. This is her moment to use this little issue that really isn't that big a deal. Somebody told you to stay in the child place, okay? Stay in the place. It's not that big a deal. It's an opinion that she had that you don't like. But she used it and she ran with it. It was the carrot that she needed to now get Jackie to go off with the help of Britney so she can come up here and say, she's crazy. You see how crazy she is? Oh my God. What are you doing? It's not a big, like, what's wrong with you? That type of attitude. Jackie sees what she's doing. Jackie knows what she's doing. And the rest of the group are going to keep painting Jackie as some crazy person that doesn't have any common sense. And it gets worse because since Jackie didn't now go and chase Britney out the door to beat her up, Chantel starts crying. The theatrics is on 10. Brandy takes this moment to go and maybe, apologize to her and check on her because Brandy's realizing that the stay in a child's place comments, it may have triggered something that had nothing to do with her in the first place, right? So she now takes the time to apologize to her privately, away from the group. Shawnee and Evelyn come and approach her. She's bawling, and they're doing the same. As a mom, I just feel like I would do this and I would do that as a mom. They're mommy shaming Jackie. It's unfair because of what we heard about her daughter's book when her daughter's book came out. That was her truth, right? And I'm not saying Jackie didn't do any of those things, but I have seen that same daughter on social media defend Jackie when her and Freebie, bootleg Cardi B, were arguing in the last seasons, right? They were arguing. And Jackie had told her, I got $20 whole home, and you can take this money, bitch, and go buy yourself some crack. Because I'm nice like that. And we were all laughing about that scene. And Freebie told her, just like you take care of your daughter and all this other stuff, go take care of your daughter. She talked about her as a mother. And her daughter had the sense to go on social media and defend her mom. Right? So the same girl that wrote that book had the sense to go and protect her mother. Meanwhile, Chantel is sitting here throwing her mother in every which way under the bus for the purpose of entertainment in a reality TV show. That is not what I approve of. You have real issues with your mother, you should be talking to a professional. You shouldn't be on this show doing what you're doing. Now, after that scene ends, we see a moment where Jackie's talking to Chantel. She's like, we don't have a problem. You and I are good. You know what I'm saying? If you have a problem, you and I can discuss this, that kind of thing. Like, we can talk about it. It's not a big deal. And she goes, I don't want to do this right now. You're doing too much. I don't know why you're acting this way. She's doing that whole theatrics again. Then she goes so far to says, I'm just going to call dad, as if I'm going to report you to your father, I'm going to report you to your husband, right? Jackie says, don't you dare call my husband, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's not a big deal. That is her husband. And she's sitting there saying, are you crazy? I can't call my dad. He's my dad. This is what I'm telling you she's doing. Chantel is very manipulative, and Chantel acts like a spoiled brat. And when Jackie's saying all the subliminals Jackie's saying, I know my child, I'm paying attention to what Chantel is doing. Chantel has another side to her that's just not good. And that side is the bad side that they talk about that Jackie has. She inherited that. But she doesn't think she did. But I'm watching it play out. And I'm seeing the same character that you don't like in your mother that you yourself are displaying. I can see it because I'm watching it from the outside, like the rest of you watching the show, as opposed to the people involved that are just experiencing it while they're recording. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on the opinion of Evelyn and Jennifer. When Jennifer came in a little later to the show, Evelyn decided to go off on her. And anything that Jennifer does, if Jennifer breathes her hot breath, if she sneezes, if she blinks an eye, Evelyn's going to have a problem with it. And Jennifer wasn't present when Christian's aunt made that comment saying that Evelyn needs to date a gynecologist. Jennifer wasn't even there. Jennifer had nothing to do with it. And Evelyn is on national television telling people that Jennifer had a yeast infection to the extent that she had to go to the hospital because her vagina was going to blow up. Getting a yeast infection is not hard to get. If y'all know that we can get it from sitting on a dirty toilet seat, we can get it from an infected toilet seat or an unsanitary toilet seat. It doesn't necessarily mean that the girl is filthy or dirty. Why would you air something like that when she wasn't even the one to say it? Evelyn is just a mean person. To me, Evelyn is not a good person at all. Tammy clocked her, and I will keep saying this time and time again. That woman is not a happy woman. She's a very unhappy woman, and she pokes at people that she feels like she can bully. And she's not Jennifer's friend. That's just the truth. And with Christian being so young and having an aunt, they're going to stand behind their family member. And if Evelyn's going to keep acting like a fool and running her mouth, they're going to defend him. And Jennifer is not the spokesperson for that woman. That woman looks older than Jennifer. So I don't know why you're going off on Jennifer, talking about how could she condone it? She's allowing it. That is gaslighting. And that's a form of manipulation. I've had it done to me, where you're blaming me for somebody else's actions and saying that I'm allowing that person to do certain things when that person is, number one, older than me, wiser than me, and has a right to do whatever they want to do as adults. I've had another person blame me for somebody else's actions. The situation was simple. She was my friend. She's older than me. She was more, out there. She was enjoying herself sexually. I aired out my concerns to someone in my family because I was worried that she may get pregnant, and these people aren't good people I think she should have, babies with. So I wanted her to be more careful. I aired out my concerns because I was worried about her, and because it was so constant, I was scared that she was just reacting because she was just unhappy at that time. And that person I aired it to, my family seemed to care or presented themselves as somebody that wanted something in my best interest. But then when they got mad at me, they told me that I was the reason that my friend was having sex with other people, that I'm enabling them to go and have sex with other people. This person is older than me, and when she's having sex with that person, I'm not even there. And yet somehow I'm responsible for their choices. That is precisely what Evelyn is doing to Jennifer. She's not responsible for what Christian's aunt says or does to you. Christian's aunt don't like you because you're talking about her nephew so much. She's going to go off. And it's not Jennifer's job to go there and check the lady. It's your job to either go and face that woman yourself or shut up about the nephew. It's that simple. So that's my opinion about this episode. I can't stress enough that moving forward, the side of Chantel that you're going to see as goes is going to be her try to antagonize Jackie until Jackie beats her ass and gives her a whooping, a good old school Southern whooping that she needs because her mouth goes. And the way that she talks to her mom, she cusses. She tells her mom to go. She talks to her mom like she don't know that she's the child. And Jackie is twice her age. I don't care what the excuse is. Chantel's mouth is reckless. Chantel doesn't know how to be respectful. And I think that she's daddy's little spoiled girl. And she takes advantage of that. She does. And she manipulates that, even to the extent that she wants to report her mother to her father. Why? So they can go home and fight about this nonsense because somebody told you to stay in your 31-year-old child's place. Girl, bye. Chantel is the issue. She is. Go ahead and check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. If you disagreed, that's okay. We can talk about it. You guys have a good rest of your day.